8:49. 8:49 in Sweden. I'm gonna take my grandpa's so I can also supplement. This is vitamin C water. And I'll start with liposomal vitamin C. This is alternate C, aka Live on Labs liposomal vitamin C. And that's the first supplement I will take. Remember, this is vitamin C water, which I'll use to wash down all the supplements that I will take. This is liposomal vitamin C. I've heard some people have a problem with the taste. I don't believe. How the manufacturer recommends that you take it is to squeeze the gel into water and drink it. I just squeeze into my mouth and wash down with water. Here. Det river eller klipper av ena hörnet av förpackningen och pressar ner innehållet i ett glas vatten. Löser sig eller direkt i munnen. Or in the mouth, directly into the mouth. So that's the first supplement, liposomal vitamin C. And it says wait 15 minutes. So for optimal absorption, it's best to not eat anything after 15 minutes of taking it. Now, sometimes I don't care. Now I don't care because I'm going to take the gram pulse and supplements. So the reason you haven't seen me watch my other videos, today's gram pulse and supplement videos, the reason you haven't seen me take liposomal vitamin C is a lot of times I take that before or after the major dose of supplements for enhanced absorption. Now this time I'm taking it and then the other supplements. So here we go. A lot of people, it's like my life is like the idiocracy movie guy, where most people are dumb, ignorant, like children. It's like I have to teach them. They haven't woken up yet. Most Christians, like 40 plus, haven't woken up to the fact they need 1+ grams of vitamin C. Just like they think I'm crazy if I tell them you need multi-gram amounts of vitamin C every day. And most people are Christians that have been walking. I guess you haven't been serving God because God will guide you into all truths, the Bible says. So why haven't you learned how to be strong, fit, and healthy? And why do I have to make videos teach you how to prosper and being healthy even as thy soul prospers? What I had to make videos because your pastor doesn't know either. Your pastor hasn't learned the truths on how to be strong, fit, and healthy. Which is why people have to listen to me to learn how to be strong, fit, and healthy. The matrix system wants people to be weak. Oh my God, I don't care if you have a problem with the terminology. I call it the matrix system. The matrix system wants people to be weak and needs to control. Did you know that if you eat a high sugar diet, it dumps you down? If you're vitamin C deficient, it dumps you down. So the system wants people to be dumbed down because dumb people are easy to control and deceive. So big part of my health fitness culture has been recommending people to cut down on the sugar, decrease the daily sugar consumption, the daily sugar intake, and start supplementing, taking serious amounts of vitamin C. And I do believe that if people start taking my advice, there'd be a lot of people come back and tell me, I started taking your advice, Mike, multi-gram amounts of vitamin C, cut down on sugar, and I feel smarter, I feel sharper. I feel clearer mentally. So I took one liposomal vitamin C sachet. I made a video earlier today. 3 things. Actually, that's that one exclusive video. I was teaching health fitness, and I was talking about a list of supplements. 2 grams of regular vitamin C 3 times per day, and 1 liposomal vitamin C is my protocol. That totaling 7 grams of vitamin C per day. That's a basic baseline level 1 protocol that I recommend to people who want to take my coaching, health fitness coaching. Get 6 grams regular vitamin C per day and 1 liposomal. 6 grams how and what type of vitamin C? Pure ascorbic acid. You buy pure ascorbic acid powder in water, make a vitamin C water. You get 2 grams vitamin C 3 times per day and then 1 liposomal vitamin C. And we have some trolls here. Grow up, okay? Grow up. So I took 1 liposomal vitamin C sachet. Now I'm going to take omega-3 fish oil. So those of you that have watched my videos before can find my channel that I do OMAD fast, which means I eat only 1 time per day. So I don't eat breakfast. I wake up, don't eat breakfast, don't eat lunch, I eat towards the end of the day, 1 time. So I fast 100+ hours per day, eat only once. I do take a grand post-workout dose of supplements. So I don't eat breakfast, I take supplements this other day. So a lot of people out there will tell you gotta eat carbohydrates to have energy. Well, all of the videos I do, all the days live streaming for 12 hours, exercise, everything I'm doing is always in a fasted state. So all I do is take supplements in the morning, drink coffee, and I have plenty of energy. So 3 omega-3 fish oil capsules. niacinamide, vitamin B3. And if people watch my videos where I give the protocol, if you're a human adult watching this, here's my recommendation. Take these supplements this much. It's going to be a lot less than what I take. Meaning I take 3+ grams of niacinamide, more than 3,000 milligrams of niacinamide per day. I take 10+ grams of ascorbic acid, vitamin C. So this is 1,500 milligrams of niacinamide. I might go live on Rumble later on my laptop. That's vitamin K2. You want to take, if you take vitamin D3, you want to take D3 with K2 for enhanced absorption. And this is a vitamin D supplement that doesn't have K2, which means I'm taking them one at a time, K2 and D3. You can find supplements that combine D3 and K2 in the same supplement. So, vitamin D. Garlic. We're going to take one garlic tablet. Garlic contains allicin, which is antimicrobial, antifungal, antiviral. L-theanine. Just one capsule. Magnesium complex, which yet again I recommend other people when I talk about supplements. And I teach my six supplement list. So here's my health fitness protocol when I teach people how to be stronger, fitter, healthier. Quit the sugar, or at least eat less sugar. Decrease the daily sugar intake. Sugar makes you uglier, dumber, weaker, more easily fatigued. It just weakens you. Sugar is a drug. It's a poison. It makes you uglier, dumber. It's bad for you in every way. It dumbs you down, and it makes you uglier, makes your skin worse. It is just bad for you. And as I've said before, if people knew what I bring to the table, people would be here asking for my advice, like begging for it. They want to pay me for it, the coaching that I'm giving for free. If people knew the benefit of taking my advice, that you can learn how to be more beautiful. Women spend hundreds of dollars per month on beauty products that are poisoning them. A lot of these toxic chemicals, like I saw something about most lipsticks have cadmium in it or something like this. So true beauty is from the inside and out. If you take vitamin C, it gives you better quality skin. So beauty is skin deep. So if you take vitamin C, if you're deficient of vitamin C, your body can't produce quality skin. Vitamin C is involved in collagen synthesis. So if you're low on vitamin C, your body struggles. It doesn't have what it needs to produce quality skin, and you have low quality skin and you look bad. So vitamin C supplementation helps you look better, on top of make you feel better and perform better and energizing you. So anyway, magnesium complex. So here's my protocol once again. 3-part protocol. 1, cut down on the sugar, less sugar. Aim to stay below 200 grams of sugar per day. And anything that I'm teaching here, I'm following myself and having this on long term. I get less than 200 grams of sugar per day. 2, detox your life, which means replace as many of your toxic chemical hydrogen cleaning parts as possible with more natural alternatives, such as natural apple salt. That's what I recommend. What do I use to shower? I don't use the poison chemical soup that a lot of people use, with all these toxic chemicals and perfume and fragrance and all these other ingredients in it. I use natural apple soap, unfragranced, perfume-free. Natural apple soap, 3 ingredients: laurel oil, olive oil, and sodium, so form of salt. Okay, no perfume. Fragrances can hurt your health and your hormonal health if you're a man, which I believe is part of why a lot of guys have low T, because either high sugar diet, sugar low testosterone, all these fragrance products can also hurt your health, your hormonal health, and make you have low T. And they're deficient in vitamin C and other supplements. So that's why a lot of guys have low T, because they have a lot of toxin exposures, and they're deficient in the antitoxin vitamin C. So they live a lifestyle designed to induce and maintain oxidative stress, and they don't do anything serious to mitigate it. And that's why people are so unhealthy. And part of your health is your hormonal health. So anyway, magnesium now. So here's my 3-part protocol once more that I teach people want to be stronger, fitter, healthier. 1, decrease the daily sugar intake. Aim to stay below 200 grams of sugar per day. The average American consumes 80 plus. The average American gets 80 plus grams of sugar per day. So go from 80 plus to 20 minus. Aim to stay below 200 grams of sugar per day, as close to 0 as possible. Me, I overcame the sugar addiction by quitting cold turkey and have 30 days in a row, 0 grams of sugar per day, so my body stops being addicted to it. If you've been eating 20 plus grams of sugar per day, you're addicted to sugar, like a smoker's addicted to nicotine, or like most people are addicted to caffeine. If like most people, when they become adults, some part as a young adult, they start drinking coffee, having more than a cup of coffee, and you have a significant dose of caffeine just once a day, 30 days in a row, your body becomes addicted to caffeine. And if you like one day you stop having caffeine, start having a headache, you start feeling bad because your body's addicted to caffeine. So sugar addiction is one of these addictions that most people are not really cognizant of themselves having. A lot of people know this, like they need coffee every day at the start of the day, or they gotta feel bad. I need my morning coffee, so they have like at least half of a awareness that their body's addicted to caffeine. They know that they need it every day, okay? And if not, they're gonna feel bad. So it's like a lot of people know that they're addicted to caffeine. Okay. Now, few people have awareness that they're addicted to sugar. So I quit sugar cold turkey, stayed off it. And the reason it's easy for me to fast is because my body's not addicted to sugar. I've decoded that too, the so-called keto flu, where people that get into keto, the keto diet report had the keto flu. I do believe that that's just sugar addiction. That's sugar addiction. Because if you're researching how to do keto, it's going to be less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day. Sugar is pure gram weights of carbohydrates. So 5 grams of sugar equals 5 grams of carbohydrates. So somebody getting from 80 plus grams of sugar per day, that statistic, according to statistics, the average American consumes 80 plus grams of sugar per day. Then they go to sub 50 gram amounts. That you don't have to completely quit something to have withdrawal. You just have to dramatically reduce the dose. So a person that is at 20 cigarettes per day smoker and has had like somebody's been smoking a pack of cigarettes for 20 years, if they would go to 3 cigarettes per day, the first few days of doing that, they feel like they're hungry for a cigarette because they're getting a lot less nicotine than normal did. So you don't have to completely quit something to have withdrawal. You just have to dramatically reduce the dose, the daily dose. So I do believe that a big part of the so-called keto flu that people get if they switch to the keto diet is just sugar withdrawal. Their bodies get a lot less sugar now because they're eating less than 50 grams of carbohydrates per day, and they've been getting 80 plus grams of carbohydrates from sugar alone per day. So that somebody get on the keto diet, they're gonna eat a lot less sugar because 80 grams of carbohydrates is 80 grams of sugar is 80 grams of carbohydrates. So anyway, support. Once again with this, my protocol. One, decrease the sugar intake. Stable 20 grams of sugar per day. Aim to get as low as close to 0 grams per day as possible. 2, detox your life, which means, and I could talk about that for 3 hours, about all the different toxins, and meaning I could expand on the basic level and go, don't eat out of plastic containers, okay? Avoid eating and drinking out of plastic containers as much as possible because plastic is poison. So you don't drink out of plastic cups, it's better you use a glass. And I could make that part of detox your life because that's something that a lot of people have a toxic exposure, plastic toxins from eating and drinking out of plastic all the time. And then I can make that part of protocol too. But I'm not looking to make it be 3 hours, and I could include also filtering water, start filtering water. But when I lay out the protocol, it's a basic protocol. So it's 1, 3-part protocol. 1, reduce your daily sugar intake. Aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. 2, detox your life, which means replace as many of these toxic chemical hiding home cleaning products as possible with more natural alternatives, such as natural apple soap. So what I use to shower, I don't use shower gel, conditioner, this, what most people use to have like 16 different ingredients in it that are chemicals, and fragrance or perfume. I use natural Aleppo soap to shower. I use natural apple soap to wash my hands. Every time I wash my hands in the sink, bathroom sink or kitchen, I use natural apple soap. What I use to clean my floors, natural apple soap. So I don't use chlorine or whatever other people use. I use natural apple soap for washing my hands, hand washing pots and pans. And I don't use the perfumed. Yes, it's a big company in Sweden that has some kind of liquid soap for hand washing stuff, washing pots and pans. I use natural apple soap for everything pretty much. Showering, washing my hands, clean my floors, hand washing pots and pans. And I'm not releasing toxic fumes into there all the time. So stop using as many of these toxic chemical hiding home cleaning products as possible. Countertop cleaner, all these shampoos, and switch to natural alternatives such as natural apple soap. Natural apple soap is a type on the brand. So, 1, reduce your daily sugar intake, aim to stay below 20 grams of sugar. If you want to be healthier, people take this advice to be healthy, be better off. Less sugar, stay below 20 grams of sugar per day. 2, detox your life, starting with replacing your hygiene home cleaning chemicals with more natural alternatives. And some things you could stop without replacing them. Like you don't have to use softener, which is pretty much like perfume that you drench your clothes with. So they come out smell like perfume. That's something you can just stop. You don't have to find a replacement, some other liquid you pour in there to make your clothes smell good. That's organic or something like this. It's just something that's unnecessary. You don't have to drench your clothes in perfume, aka softener. You don't really need to. That's something you can just stop, okay? And other things like what you use right now to shower that has all this perfume and all these ingredients in it. You can get the job done of cleaning your body in the shower with natural Epsom salt, and you're not transdermally absorbing random stuff and inhaling other. So there's like two delivery ways that most people get these chemicals. They have transdermal absorption, meaning they spread this toxic chemical gunk all over the body, all over the skin, all over. And then they also in the shower put warm water and stuff like fumigate. It's a steam, so you're inhaling the toxic chemical fumes. This is what makes it dangerous in a deep state, being a person that can see the truth and teach the masses things of this. When there's an agenda to have the mass be weak, sick, and unhealthy, and mentally kind of underperforming, so they're easy to deceive. This is the type of stuff, being able to go live and teach things like this, that makes them dangerous. The part of it to the deep state. So the third part of the protocol is a basic list of supplements. So that's the third part. 6 supplements: vitamin C, magnesium, D3 and K2, niacinamide, which you just saw me take. So vitamin C, magnesium, D3 with K2, niacinamide, omega-3 fish oil, and a B complex. 6 supplements that I believe that all human adults should take daily as a basic list of supplements. In this day and age, I believe every human adult should be taking these supplements daily. Vitamin C, D3K2, magnesium, niacin, niacinamide, aka B3. There's different forms of niacin. Omega-3 fish oil and B complex. So I'm getting to the magnesium part here. And what I recommend when I make the videos teaching supplementation is get a multi-form magnesium supplement. So if you want to start taking magnesium, I don't recommend you get just one type, one form. There's magnesium glycinate, there's chloride, there's this and that. I recommend you get a multi-magnesium supplement, meaning a combo supplement, aka a combo supplement, meaning a magnesium supplement that has at least 2 forms of magnesium in it. And this has, I think it's 6 forms of magnesium. So I'm going to take magnesium. And personally, I'm taking 900 milligrams of magnesium. Approximately 900. $375 milligrams of magnesium per cap. So I took 3 capsules. That's 3, 6, 9, 7, 14, 140, 900,000. That's above a gram. That's above a gram of magnesium. Just short of 1,300 milligrams of magnesium. Next, B complex. This is a B complex supplement, and I take 3 B complex tablets per day. Bare minimum. Sometimes I take 4. My bare minimum sounds wrong, like I take a lot more some days. I take around 3 B complexes per day, sometimes 4. And for all supplements, the best way to take them is not to take 1 dose of magnesium per day, 1 dose of vitamin C, 1 dose of B complex. It's to divide your daily milligram one into 2 more doses. So what else? Yeah, that's gonna be it. And here's my vitamin C water. So how I make my vitamin C water is by buying ascorbic acid in bulk, pure ascorbic acid powder. And personally, I take above 30 grams of vitamin C per day, ascorbic acid, 30,000 milligrams, and have been doing so for years. So where's the kidney stones, bitch? But vitamin C gives kidney stones. Oh yeah, I've been taking 30,000 milligrams of ascorbic acid. That's 30 grams, okay? Do you understand? There's less than 100 milligrams of ascorbic acid in a lemon, and people fear more about if it's supplement vitamin C is going to give you kidney stones. Where's the kidney stones? I've been taking 30 plus grams of vitamin C per day for more than 8 years now, okay, and not 1 kidney stone. So if anybody would be getting kidney stones, it would be me that's been taking like a million times the RDA or something like this per day for years, okay. That's not a myth. I believe that's a myth that vitamin C gives you kidney stones. That's a myth because the deep state doesn't want the masses to take vitamin C. They want them off the high dose vitamin C because they want you weak and unhealthy. See, so and you go, oh, this is study. Okay, what did it take? Did it take pure scorbic acid? If there's any studies indicating that vitamin C can give you kidney stones, did the study use pure scorbic acid, or did they have some tablet or effervescent form where they have other ingredients that could be giving the kidney stones, like stearic acid and magnesium stearate or something. There's other ingredients. See? So pure scorbic acid, all I'm taking is vitamin C. See? If you take effervescence, now you're getting. I have an effervescent here, okay. And what are some common ingredients in effervescence? Dextrose, saccharose, acid, citric acid, okay. It's got this, that, and the other thing. So I do not believe that vitamin C causes kidney stones. If some supplements are causing kidney stones, there is not going to be the vitamin C in it. What about Flintstone shoes? I have been looking at the chat. So what do people contribute to the chat? So it's really annoying and trying to distract of what I'm doing. I don't recommend chewables. I'm not a child, so I don't need anything. Everything to be tasty. It was like creatine gummies. Okay, it's like stopping like a child. That's not a problem with people. Now, most people like children. Everything has to be tasty and sweet and like candy for them to eat it. Human adults. Okay. If I buy creatine, I look for unsweetened, unflavored creatine. If I'm gonna buy protein powder, I look for unsweetened, unflavored. Whereas a lot of people, they're gonna put something in the body, it has to be tasty and sweet because people live for pleasure. Okay, grow up and don't live like everything has to be tasty and sweet for you to eat it. That's not healthy. So I'm gonna go live here on Rumble, and this time I go live only to Rumble. It'll be a Rumble exclusive stream. Tyler video Rumble stream. Mike's alive. Christian Todd video conspiracy realist. Yeah. People get blocked. People that come in trolling get blocked. What makes your advice more valuable than others? Everyone gives advice. What makes my advice more valuable than others is my advice is better. So people that teach you, I can teach you how to be healthier, and they neglect to tell you to address vitamin deficiencies that you have, such as ascorbic acid and other things. Basically, what makes my advice better is my advice is better. Simple as that. What makes your advice better? Well, that is better. That I tell you things that are more valuable to you. So if other people are telling you, I'm here to take my advice to improve your health, or they tell you to make those vitamin C, or they tell you to quit the sugar, or they warn you about the toxic chemical in clean products. No. So my advice is more valuable because people are looking for somebody to tell them how to be healthier. If they listen to me, they're learning higher quality truth on how to be healthier. They're better served at learning how to be healthier because the average person is unhealthy because they're vitamin deficient. They have all these toxic chemical exposures. They have high toxic exposure, oxidative stress. Basically, the simplicity of health fitness is this. Working to reduce oxidative stress inflammation in human bodies is what I do. So everything that I teach is designed to lower oxidative stress inflammation in people. And that's health for you. Things that give you oxidative stress inflammation are bad for your health. Things that lower it are good for your health, if they are natural. And the reason I say if they're natural is otherwise someone will go, well, what about my doctor told me taking ibuprofen, it's an anti-inflammatory. Well, that's not natural, that's a big pharma drug. So my protocol is not take ibuprofen. I noticed I told all the supplements I recommend to take: magnesium, vitamin C, and niacinamide. And they're low inflammation. They're natural. They're vitamins. They're not big pharma drugs. So it'd be a little bit imprecise if I said anything that lowers inflammation in your body is good for you, because then somebody will go, well, wait a minute. Non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs like ibuprofen is lowers inflammation. Do you understand? So to be precise, anything that's natural lowers inflammation is good for your health. Anything that's natural, anything that's a vitamin, anything that lowers inflammation in your body and is natural is good for your health. So the simple truth is this on health fitness. People have oxidative stress inflammation. What is sugar? Inflammatory. Induces, maintains oxidative stress inflammation. So sugar gives you oxidative stress inflammation. And what is my advice? Eat less sugar, which means less inflammation, oxidative stress if people take my advice. See, what's another thing? Vitamin C. What is vitamin C that I tell people to take? It's an antioxidant that lowers inflammation. More vitamin C that lowers inflammation, oxidative stress in human bodies. Less sugar that causes it. See, what about toxic chemical and clinic chemicals that contain chemical irritant, oxidative stress inflammation inducing ingredients that you expose yourself to daily? Oh, Mike's advice is to mitigate, reduce exposure to this. Switch from the chemical hydrogen parts you're using that have chemical, like inflammatory chemicals in it. The ingredients in shampoo that people are using, at least one of them, are going to give you inflammation, oxidative stress. Switch from that to natural apple soap. That's olive oil, laurel, and salt, which means there's going to be less inflammation in the human bodies that take my advice that people don't. And it's power punches. So it's like I can get into expand on the calorie detox and life protocol, part 2, and go like, well, I recommend you filter your water too. I recommend that you filter your water, because you're gonna you can expect to have trace amounts of certain toxic substances. And there's even things where, depending on where you live, in some places you might have birth control in your water. Okay, you might have Prozac, like people who piss that are antidepressants. Their piss makes it into water supply and it's recycled. So you might actually have like antidepressant, like SSRI drugs in your water supply in certain places, because you might not be able to remove it. So that's another thing that I recommend people to do: filter your water. Now, I'm not telling you stop drinking water. Keep drinking the tap water, because you'll be dead in less than 2 weeks if you stop drinking water. So keep drinking the water, but do invest in water filtration, and then you can start filtering. So I'm live on Rumble here, and that's where the power plant videos go. What makes your advice more valuable than other people? Everyone gives advice. That my advice is better, and I'm ahead of my time. So people that watched my videos like 6 years ago on YouTube, be like, sugar is a drug, it's a poison, quit the sugar. I make those creatine. You would have been served, because sooner or later it's like it becomes what I've been teaching, be a cutting edge trailblazer, it becomes more common. Which like now I see all the time. Meaning like 6 years ago, you see Mike Sam making megadose and creatine. Yeah, I take a lot of creatine. And now it's like, what, 3 months ago, one of Petrol's up on podcast and be like, there's recent studies that indicate that high dose creatine can have some benefits. Taking more than 10 grams a day can have this and that effect. Or you mean like Mike Sam's been taking more than 10 grams of creatine for years on YouTube? Okay. Or Ben Asada having on Tom Levy, what, less than a year ago? You could have learned about vitamin C megadosing if you would have listened to me, because I've been out here on YouTube talking about vitamin C megadosing, doing it, and talk about it. And about less than a year ago, Ben Asadi has Tom Levy on to talk about vitamin C megadosing, recommending it, which is another thing you could have heard from me 6+ years ago, rather than recently on Ben Asadi's channel about vitamin C megadosing. So what makes my advice better is that my advice is better. What makes my advice better is that other people's advice is not as good. See? So my advice is better than other people's advice that's not as good. And their advice is also less good than my advice, which is better than theirs. That's what it boils down to. What about Flintstones shoes? Well, that's another thing I've been talking about in my streams. How the average person is not just dumb, and I feel like the guy in the Idiocracy movie, where I'm living in a world of people immature, dumb, and ignorant, and most people, it's like they're not on the same wavelength. Understand? The average person, even Jill Hogan. If I end up on this podcast, this would be relatable. If I'd be like, yeah, I take a lot of supplements every day. I take grams of vitamin, like Joe Rogan or something like that. I might be like, well, yeah, I take a lot of supplements too. I went to a clinic and got an IV once of vitamins. I'd be like, oh, okay. Yeah, I take this much of that. I start my day with a gram of magnesium. I take this and that. I take B complex, eat a low sugar diet. And I feel like he'd be like, well, more on board, I understand. But unfortunately, that's rare. And I guess the reason is Joe has gotten to a point where he has more money and it's like, oh, I'm rich. I want to enjoy living life as a rich person longer. And what are some things I can buy that will extend my lifespan? Oh, you can buy supplements that help you to be healthier and live longer, have more energy, and raise your performance, like Alpha Brain. He used to be selling Alpha Brain. So he's into like things that I can take as supplements that improve my mental, physical performance, fitness, and health level. I'm about it. Now, I don't sell things. So I teach quality health fitness coaching for free. And then people that take my advice and feel improvement, they can, if they feel debt of gratitude. This guy Mike has been teaching me, working to teach health fitness coaching, teach me how to be healthier, look and feel better, and didn't charge me anything. I didn't even have to watch ads. If somebody feels like, I feel debt of gratitude, I want to help him out, I want to send him a donation. People can send a donation. I have a donation PayPal link on my YouTube channel on the About page. PayPal is my wife's PayPal. Someone wrote, hello, milkshake. I don't drink milkshake. Milkshake is poison. Hello, Vijaya. We have Vijaya here. Vijaya Cooking Beauty Channel. She comes from India. Hello, Vijaya. Welcome. I'll give you a moderator range short term for about 5 minutes. So I don't have moderators on my channel. But now and then I give somebody moderator range for a few minutes so they can drop the channel link if they want to. So if you want, you can go ahead and drop your channel link in the chat. And if you don't within 5 minutes, you're not going to have range anymore. But I did give you a range, so you have about 5 minutes to get your channel link and drop it in the chat if you want to. So that's how I do it. I give people a moderator range short term if there's somebody that's a supportive viewer. So Vijay is a person that's been supporting my channel long term. What about Flintstone shoes? I don't recommend it. I recommend going up so you don't stop living like a child. But it's like, oh, I want to have vitamins. It has to be gummy bears like a child, say. It has to be a lollipop. Do they have vitamin C lollipops? Okay. Do they have vitamin C lollipops? Like, stop being like a child and be like, well, if I got to put something in my body, it has to be sweet and tasty and chewy like candy, okay? Grow up and don't live like a child. That's my advice. That's my advice. So these are bonus minutes. This is the bonus round. I already concluded what I want to do with this video. Show my grandpa's like I lost the supplements today and talk about health fitness. And now I'm done with that, so I'm just going through the chat and see if there's something I want to address. Hey, somebody come in there trolling. I have taken your advice and just swallowed 899 tabs of vitamin C. Can I stop now? You're a troll. I don't recommend people to take tablets. I recommend people to make their own vitamin C water, to buy ascorbic acid in bulk And the other type of vitamin C that I recommend is liposomal. And those are the only two forms of vitamin C that I recommend people. So I never recommend people to take tablets. And not 899 at a time. So my health fitness protocol, teaching people how to be stronger, fit, and healthier, has been get 2 grams of vitamin C 3 times per day. And then when I get into teaching people how to get on that high dose vitamin C protocol 6 grams a day, it's buy loose powder, ascorbic acid powder in bulk, make your vitamin C water, and drink a third of the glass of vitamin C water 3 times per day. Simply. So, which I can actually teach you right now. While I'm on the topic. So, if you remember what I said, I recommend people to get 6 grams of vitamin C per day, 2 grams 3 times per day. And this is not for people on ADHD meds because vitamin C is an antitoxin. And the drugs, the meth that they give you if you're on ADHD meds, it's a drug, it's a toxin. And vitamin C is a broad spectrum. It's a broad spectrum antitoxin, an antidote to drugs and toxins, which means it's harder to get drunk if you're a high dose vitamin C supplementer. If you take a lot of vitamin C, you need more alcohol to get drunk. Meaning if you take 2 grams of vitamin C and you go drinking, clubbing, you might notice how you're not as drunk as you normally are, like 2 beers in. Let's say somebody's a person that goes drinking, and they notice like if they go partying, it's like they have 2 beers and then they feel tipsy. And they have become a vitamin C supplement for watching my videos. And they get 2 grams of vitamin C around lunch, and then right after lunch they go start drinking. They might notice I don't feel as tipsy as soon from the alcohol because vitamin C is a soaping agent, it neutralizes toxins. So it's harder to get drunk if you drink vitamin C. Now the advice is not drink more alcohol, the advice is take vitamin C. And some of the effects is you're not as affected by toxins. So what is alcohol? It's a toxin. Intoxication. What do you think they call it? That you're intoxicated. Basically how alcohol works. You drink, you poison yourself, and you're intoxicated, and like as a side effect of your body reeling from this level of toxin in circulation is you feeling drunk, okay? See? Which is also mirrored in sleep deprivation, where some of the effects of sleep deprivation mirrors alcohol in terms of inhibition being decreased, impulse control, motor skills, which like operating heavy machinery is non-advisable if you're drunk or sleep deprived. See, so like your balance and clumsiness, you're more likely to get clumsy if you're drunk or sleep deprived. See, or if you have neuroinflammation from other reasons. So this is another thing I can teach on. People have neuroinflammation. That's another thing I can teach people how to deal with that problem. And neuroinflammation, commonly called with any mental health problem, is neuroinflammation, which means statistically, if you or somebody you know has a mental health problem, be it depression, OCD, they're suffering from panic attacks, they're a person that has irritability, PTSD, CPTSD. Statistically, they are more likely to have a neuroinflammation problem than the baseline public that doesn't have a known mental health problem, which is the secret of success that I've been doing, improve my own mental health, having cured myself from panic attacks. I'm not personally cured myself from panic attacks. So far, I suffered for many years. I used to be depressed, be on antidepressants, SSRIs for many years, more than 8 years, 150 milligrams of sertraline per day, and I've quit it. And I have been off the antidepressant for more than 4 years now, and I'm not depressed. So, commonly correlated with mental health problems is neuroinflammation about baseline. So people that have a mental health problem, you are statistically more likely to have a brain inflammation problem. So neuroinflammation simply means brain inflammation, like neurosurgery. The word neuro, before another word, a compound word, indicates that this has to do with brain, okay? Neuroinflammation, brain inflammation. Neurosurgeon, brain surgeon. It's a surgeon that's a specialist in surgery on the brain, okay? So neuropsychiatry is like a certain type of psychiatry that deals with the physical brain organ or something like this, you understand? Rather like talking the ghost or feeling anxious out of you, which a lot of the talk therapy that people do now, it's basically reminiscent of like the Middle Ages where they had like Catholic exorcism, something like this. It's like somebody suffering from something, and it's like you talk the ghost of depression out of your brain by talking to you, see? It's like the power of my words is going to purge you and like get rid of this problem of feeling anxious and stuff like this. That's actually how I look at it a lot of times, like modern psychiatry. Mainstream modern psychiatry, there's either pharmakia, big pharmakia, you can Google search pharmakia, Greek word meaning, and look at some of the meanings there. Okay, so it's going to be big pharma drugs, it's going to be part of the standard care for mental health problems, and talk therapy. So it's talk therapy and big pharma drugs. That's what they got. So Abraham Hoffer said that what the mainstream medicine system does well is horizontal medicine, which means somebody has an accident and like a broken leg, or they've been shot or stabbed or something like this. The mainstream system does that well, like saving your life from imminent death right now because you're bleeding. And I would agree with his assessment on that, and I'll speak a little bit more to that topic. So yeah, that's where they shine. That's something that they do well enough to where it's like they're not as scammy as in that areas. Which I yes, they're good at is stopping bleeding, stitching up wounds, removing foreign objects from the body, extracting things. Do you understand? Like for example, if I would get shot, okay, in the leg, they do that type of medicine well, where it's like removing the bullet, stitching up, stopping the bleeding, and things like this. But other than that, now I would say this: they don't get you on vitamin C as they contemplate the diagnosis of how to progress. So they're not as good as they could be if they would have as an add-on orthomolecular medicine. Which like they don't use for sepsis, for example. They don't use IV vitamin C. There's some places where they don't use IV vitamin C for sepsis patients. So if I was running the health system, make the world healthier again, it would be part of standard care would be high dose vitamin C. So for example, every ambulance would have IV push syringes with vitamin C water in it. So if you arrive at somebody's in anaphylactic shock, they've been bitten by a snake or something like this, standard care would be the person's been bitten by something and they're having a health crisis on the ground because got bitten by venomous. Okay, what's your name? Okay, venomous. Okay, that's how I clip from a guy who was at a zoo, a petting zoo, and it's like they have to been what's your name? And it's like a lizard. It's like, what's your name? And the window is open, the lizard is there. It's like, what's your name? What's your name? Oh, it's like, and the guy goes, look at the stick, he goes, venomous. Oh, venomous. Okay, so okay, so it's like, here's the point. Yeah, so it's like, if I was running the health system, that's how they would do it. Somebody has been bitten by a snake and on the ground, okay, the horizontal, and they like either unconscious or like starting to like really messed up. It'd be like the ambulance shows up and they do IV push like 20 grams of vitamin C, IV push into the body right away. Get him in the ambulance, hooked up to an IV drip, and then keep on the drip all the way to the hospital and keep the drip going, where they have it on like the wheels, all the way into the ICU, and then keep the IV drip going. So it'd be IV push followed by IV drip and keep the IV drip going. That would be how I would run the health system. Okay. Same if people have broken leg, I get them on IVC drip too. So now here's the point. I'm not running the health system because the experts are doing it, the one with the white coats and stethoscopes around the neck. And they don't use vitamin C high dose for health problems. So here's the point. Competence only comes packaged in white coats, by the way. It's impossible to have true competence in the field. For example, teaching the Bible, the truth on how to be saved, unless you have a degree like a doctor and you're graduated from the ceremony school, what's it called? Seminaries here. This is part of how the matrix system manipulates the masses. They have conditioned the masses to only be able to perceive competence and believe that a person has competence if it comes in the packaging that they've been conditioned to be able to perceive the competence. We say, oh, who are you? So sometimes I teach them like, yeah, here's how you say it. You're not saved by saying prayers of this. Oh, who are you? Or do you have a doctorate degree of this? Because the masters have been conditioned to believe that people can only have competence if they graduated from a school, or they have a PhD degree or a doctorate degree, or they've gone to seminary or something like this. And that's part of how the deep state control the masses, deep state Illuminati. They condition the masses to trust the experts. They control some of the experts, and then they can control the masses. We've seen the last 10 years how some of these experts have been telling you to do things that some people regret listening to, because they trusted the experts, not people like Mike SAHA, but telling you don't do it. Don't do it is what I would have told you if you would listen to me the last 10 years. Okay, Mike, my boss told me to take the V word, take a vacation to a bad place. And I go, no, that's a bad place to take a vacation to. Don't take that vacation. Don't go on a vacation to this place. Okay. And a lot of you do listen to the experts. You go, no, we're the experts. We recommend everybody take a vacation to the Bahamas or something like this. And you went there and you had like a hangover and whatever else. And you're like, oh, I regret taking that vacation. I suffered loss. I just wasted my money and it's like, whatever. So it's a point. you really need to subscribe to me on Rumble because it's just a matter of time until YouTube closes down my YouTube channel because I'm like in the Matrix, I'm dangerous to the satanic deep state. And unlike the pastors, I've been working to reach Christians because a lot of Christian pastors are controlled, they're deep state controlled. A lot of pastors are controlled by the deep state. The deep state puppets, they're shills. A lot of pastors are shills. And they're not telling you things like this. They're not teaching you that there's an agenda to poison you and keep you weak. And it's like, here's how they got you living, and here's how to change your life. Because the thief coming up before to kill, to steal, to destroy, and come that might have life have more abundantly. So the average person's lifestyle is designed to kill, steal, destroy. Rob you of health, make you sick, weak, unhealthy, make you have health problems, keep you dumb. So if you're not as healthy as you should be because you're deficient in this and that vitamin and you have all these processes in your body, be dumber, and they want you dumb. So so how to make a vitamin C water if you want to supplement vitamin C the way that I do it. I don't recommend tablets, okay? What I recommend is you buy vitamin C powder in bulk and make a vitamin C water. Either that or you buy capsules, a vitamin C supplement that has pure ascorbic acid encapsulated. So I don't recommend effervescence. I don't recommend, not all supplements are made equal. So when you hear me talk about vitamin C megadose, you don't hear me recommend getting effervescence or tablets or ester C or any of these supplements. I recommend pure ascorbic acid. Either capsules filled with ascorbic acid, or you do what I do and you buy vitamin C powder, aka ascorbic acid in bulk, and you make a vitamin C water. So, to make half a liter of water with 6 grams of vitamin C in it, I will tell you how to do that. So once you have the vitamin C powder, pure ascorbic acid, meaning if you listen to this video, I'm teaching somebody that has the ingredients how to make vitamin C water. It's simple. You get a pint glass, half liter glass, you fill it to a third with cold, like lukewarm water. You get a teaspoon, you scoop up a heaping teaspoon of ascorbic acid and dump it in there. You stir, you start stirring, and then you can stay next to the faucet, you add a little bit more water, keep stirring, a little bit more water, keep stirring, a little bit more water, until the glass is filled to the brim, and you've stirred it to a point where all the powder is mixed into the liquid. Now you have half a liter of vitamin C water with 6,000 milligrams, approximately 6 grams vitamin C in it. So how would you take the advice, my health fitness coach, to get 2 grams vitamin C 3 times per day? By simply drinking a third of that glass 3 times per day. So you make it in the morning, drink the first third at the start of the day, put it in the fridge, and you drink the second third in the middle of the day and the last third at the end of the day. 2, 4, 6. So since a heaping teaspoon of ascorbic acid is 6 grams vitamin C approximately, and you put that much in half liter water, how do you get 2 grams? You drink a third of that water. So now, as a motherfucking disclaimer on YouTube, nothing I've said is to take as medical advice information. Run anything by a doctor. Talk to a doctor, a licensed physician, before starting to or stopping to take any supplements and or medications. Talk to a doctor before starting to supplement any vitamins, before taking any advice. And this live stream is not intended to replace the care of a licensed physician. Okay, so talk to a doctor before acting on anything you heard taught in this video. And the reason I say that is not because I think it could hurt you. I know my advice is good, but it's as a disclaimer to protect the culture. Yeah, so the world is fucked up, okay? Sometimes I see posts like faith in humanity restored. Mine hasn't been restored since I lost it, son. So you shouldn't have faith in humanity to begin with. So if you've been disillusioned from having faith in humanity, it's not good for you to get back into a delusional mindset and start having faith in humanity again. So the average person is dumb, and here's the issue. It's not like, oh well, Mike, the Bible teaches all people are lost and foolish. The problem is that baseline, the standard lost person is not a Christian, shouldn't be as dumb and immature and ignorant as they are. So people are naturally dumbed down. People are by design, like this, the average person should be smarter than they are. The average person should be sharper than they are. The average person shouldn't have as low testosterone as they have. The average person shouldn't, meaning man, the average person shouldn't be ignorant to this basic fact about reality that they find themselves in. Do you understand? So for me, it'd be like me living in Rome when they had like lead pipes to drink the water out or something like this. And I'd be a guy, hey, the lead is getting into your water, stop drinking it. And like the average person is unaware of the fact that they're not as healthy as they could be, and they're heading for health problems if they keep drinking lead water. Okay. And the average person doesn't take a rocket science to figure this out. So I'm back. I've been in the kitchen making live stream on my phone. I'm back. So I've been way ahead of my time, and you better start listening, or you can stay weak. You sure can go talking. Yes, I have energy. I'm not a low energy fatigue person, a lot of people are. So that's not a problem people have. They have low energy. They don't have the energy to talk, listen, exercise. They're low energy, they're fatigued. See, so I don't have a lack of energy. See, it was like, oh, I was live talking 15 minutes. Now I'm gassed out, I'm tired. I gotta go take a nap, stuff like this. And I can go back and talk for another 30 minutes tomorrow, maybe. No, I had no problem to be able to perform and accomplish what I want to accomplish. Where are you from? In the UK? No, I'm in Sweden. You sure can go on talking? Yes. He's talking to himself. No, you guessed that. I'm not talking to myself. I'm talking to people. I had 6 likes on this video. So there's 6 people left a like. They will hear me talk. They heard me talk and click the like on it. See, so that I'm talking to people that are here listening into what I'm teaching and appreciate what I'm doing. I'm not talking to gaslighters like you. Now, this is one of these weird troll tactics I got on before, where I'm live on the internet making a video, producing content. People go, who are you talking to? Are you talking to yourself? It's like it's a form of gaslighting. It's like it's as if they're acting as if they are watching me on a secret like camera that they hacked in my apartment. I said like, yeah, so here's the problem, people, with your health, and it's like nobody else in the room. It's like the comment would be normal if it's like they come across a guy sitting on a bench in nature, be like, here's what's the problem. A lot of you out there, you're eating a high sugar diet, something like this. But they come across like, who's this guy talking to? Well, I'm talking to the viewers. I'm producing a live video here. So I'm live on YouTube. Okay. You do martial arts, question mark? Yes, obviously. And you would know that if you watch my videos. Thanks to overload of vitamins. I don't promote overloading, I promote megadosing. Megadosing is not the same as overdosing. Overdosing is taking too much. Megadosing is taking enough. And taking enough means taking more than a lot of people believe that you need to. A lot of people think they can get enough vitamin C from drinking a glass of orange juice. No, that I have a glass of orange juice, so I'm getting all the vitamin C that I need. Okay, which is not the truth. But I'm going through and blocking these people. And people are not used to, they're used to people enabling their narcissistic toxicity and being able to get away with being rude, disrespectful, toxic, and morbid in their behavior in people's chat. And a lot of people let them get away with it. And that's not around my channel. People going being toxic, narcissistic, just toxic people, they get blocked, which means they lose the ability to communicate within my chat. And whereas most people never get like this because the profit bigger. So the average monetized YouTuber, they make more money, and the more views and the more comments you get, the more money you get. So it's like they kind of suffer and allow people to place in the games in the chat, and I don't. Here's another troll. Okay, so some men like me are out here teaching people how to possibly get their health. See, that's what I do with my life. I'm the type of man to wake up. I know that people have a need to learn when I'm teaching and I go out here leading people into greater health. And I'm producing content teaching people how to possibly be in health. And then other men, they're like silly goose, they're porn addicts, sugar addicts, don't have anything to contribute to the world. And just like what they do is sit and harass and run interference on my streams. I can do so. Okay. So here's not a troll. It's not a troll. Welcome to the stream. This is a LGBTQ community live brought to you by what? No, this is not a LGBTQ live stream. I'm a Christian, okay, which means I teach sin to be gay because that's what the Bible teaches. So this is not a pro LGBTQ live stream. You do martial arts? Yes, I do. People can go to my channel, look at the live streams, or if you're on a computer, you can go to my channel, Mike's How. You can click the search icon and click martial arts or training, and you'll have a lot of streams showing up on training, other martial arts or other things. And people get blocked and go through the list of blocked people. What makes your advice more valuable? Everyone gets advice. What makes my advice more valuable is that my advice is more valuable. That's what makes it more valuable. That my advice is more valuable. So I enjoy knowing that I'm more valuable to people looking to learn the truth on how to be stronger for their health, with Mike Israel or Greg Bissett or Frank Dufono, other health fitness influencers, or Ben Asadi. That I'm more valuable to people looking how to lose belly fat. I'm Rick with a six-pack. Ben Asadi is an average Joe. It's got an average Joe body. Okay. Well, the average American is obese, so he's not obese, so he's a little bit above average. Okay, to be precise. But apparently, I'm more of an expert on belly fat than he is, because I'm Rick with a six-pack, and he's got an average Joe physique. So if you had a six-pack to put in something, or just making videos on how to melt belly fat, but you didn't put it in there. Sure. So I enjoy that I'm more valuable and have higher competence than the bigger health fitness influencers. People like Mike Israel, Greg Bissett, and Ben Asadi. I'm more valuable to people teaching health fitness truth. Definitely. And what I like too is things that I've been teaching. It's like either gonna have to stay ignorant, or it'll get to a point where some system influencer has a podcast having a Rhonda Patrick promoted vitamin C megadosing, and then you wake up to it. So there are either people that are the type of losers, like pastors that haven't been teaching the body class how to possibly health, either going to have to work to keep God's children ignorant on how to not get sick and have their life destroyed by health problems, and they're going to have to work to keep them ignorant on things that you need to know to be healthy, to prosper being health physically, even as a soul will prosper from spiritual counsel, okay, like how to live as a Christian prayer and things like this. Or they're gonna have to get to a point where it's like Mike was right all these years, and now my past is teaching what Mike Saab was teaching all these years. See, or so you can just listen to the people that teach you, hey, Mike's wrong. All you need is to drink a glass of orange juice every day. You don't need to supplement vitamin C. Mike's crazy. He thinks that taking a lot of vitamin C is good for you. He's wrong. Or you can listen to somebody that actually knows what they're talking about. You need to subscribe to me on Rumble, because I'm gonna keep streaming on Rumble. And that's where the best teaching videos go. Here's another fact. I didn't get vaccinated during COVID. I know a lot of pastors did. Quite possibly a pastor got the COVID jab. And a lot of churches closed down during COVID, and everybody got masked and vaxxed. Personally, I didn't. So I didn't get vaccinated during COVID. And there were a lot of people that were out here telling me, you got to get the jab. I mean, if I open up YouTube, everybody and the mother will be telling you got to get the jab, we're going to die of COVID or something like this. I didn't believe them, and I didn't understand. So I didn't get vaccinated during COVID. And as a matter of fact, I didn't get vaccinated once since turning 18. And I'm not saying you shouldn't get vaccinated. I'm saying I didn't choose to get vaccinated during COVID. And some people out here on YouTube and Instagram will be telling you, if you don't get the jab, you're going to get sick. Okay, for sure you'll be hospitalized. There was a lot of fear when people telling you, those of you out here that are not getting the jab, it's like you're going to be sick in the hospital, ventilated, like 100%. You're gonna die or something like this. I didn't get the jab, and I'm still alive, and I didn't get hospitalized during COVID. So I'm vaccinated. I did get vaccinated before I was 18, but after growing up and becoming 18 years old, I didn't choose to get vaccinated once. Another thing I would recommend is, especially for Christians, to get into omad fasting. Most people overeat. And what they eat too much of is really bad stuff, which is part of why we have an obesity epidemic. Most people are obese. I do omad fasting, so I eat once per day. And I do believe that most people would be better off if they would switch from eating multi-man several times a day to eating once a day. They'd be healthier. Now, if you're going to do omad fasting, you should learn from me how to do it the right way, because the rare person who does omad fasting, they're not doing it the right way. They're not taking the supplements. So basically how I do omad fasting is 3-part meals. There's a super shake, a main course, and then there's a grand post with also supplements. So that's the right way to do it. I mean, I could write a book on that and self-publish it, but it's like I can teach for free too. What to put in your super shake, what supplements you take as your grand post with also supplements, what to eat when you have your omad meal, so on and so forth. Yeah, so since becoming a Christian, I'm like me in the Matrix, whereas most Christians are asleep in the Matrix. They're ignorant, dumb, blind, deceived, and they're not a danger to Satan. We're in the satanic deep state. Whereas me, I'm like the They Live guy in the movie They Live, John Carpenter movie, called Neo in the Matrix. Which is why I get persecuted and targeted with this game of persecution upon that's designed to disempower me, sabotage what I do. More people get blocked. As I grow up, people are immature. As I grow up, some men like me are out here being Alpha Giga leaders that are out here fighting for the truth, working to teach people how to live longer. And it's Christian parents that their children are being raised on a high sugar diet, and mom is spraying countertop cleaner and washing clothes with softener and not giving the vitamins, and they could learn here how to better raise their children. Then I'm doing something meaningful and important, truly important, valuable. I have competence, and I'm using the competence to bless the world by just keeping it. I'm actually using my potential to get things done. And then other people, while I'm engaged in meaningful activities and serving higher purpose, working to the thief come out for to kill, steal, destroy, and the average person is living their life like the satanic deep state powerless want them as live their life, and they're satanic, kill, steal, destroy, which leads to deaths. People are living the way they do. You have people dying of heart attacks, strokes. This is a health problem, and I can see the agenda, and I'm spending my time helping people to have life, have more abundantly. So not only do I teach the truth on how to receive spiritual salvation, which is eternal, through faith in Lord Jesus Christ's finished work on the cross, but also teach people how to prosper and be in greater health physically, even as their soul will prosper from the spiritual counsel. So earlier, my previous gym was teaching people how to prosper and be greater spiritual health by overcoming porn watching, which a common problem Christian men have, struggle with lust. then teaching question based on that. And in this stream, I'm teaching how to prosper and be great health physically, even as your soul will prosper from my spiritual counsel, which I made earlier today. That's the type of stuff that I end up doing with my free time. Whereas other people in the chat I hear troll me and be like, Mike, can I smell your fart or something like this in the chat while I'm doing what I'm doing? It's like, don't you feel like a worthless loser? Okay. Not only are you not part of the solution, but you don't have the power, the capacity, the potential to be a player here doing things that are significant. And if you did, then you lack the will, the courage to. But you're part of the problem by running interference and work to harass somebody is to what I'm doing. So you want to stay weak, sick, and ugly, and all kinds of messed up, then don't take my advice. Just skip and go watch some mindless content where somebody is not teaching how to possibly go to health. Big part of my counseling is get you to go from a high sugar to low sugar diet, sugar down to down. I go this before. Here. Sugar down to down. Studies suggest that high sugar diets can increase the risk of mood disorder like anxiety and depression. What did I tell before? Sugar is inflammatory, causes oxidative stress. And I told you before in this live stream that commonly correlated with mental health problems such as anxiety and depression is neuroinflammation. So sugar gives you inflammation. And it also makes you tired. People have mental and physical fatigue, which is why a lot of people, it's like they try to blame me too, because I have a powerful brain, I'm mentally energized, I have sharpness and energy and mental physical performance, and my brain is firing all cylinders, and I'm thinking fast and speaking fast, and I'm teaching the truth. And a lot of people go to my videos, they get mentally fatigued, they can't even keep up with listening to somebody speaking this fast, and the processing is down part. When I at the protocol, the 3-part protocol, this is overwhelmed because the brain is like a 24 megahertz computer, and I'm like a supercomputer that's working. And people, it's like smoke come out of it. She's like, well, I can't understand you, Mike. Yeah, the problem is you, not me. The problem is you. It's not that I'm communicating with it makes you incapable of being able to comprehend the speech which I'm outputting. It's that you're not listening fast enough. Mike is speaking fast, you listen too slow is the problem. It's not that I'm speaking too fast, it's that you listen too slow. That's the issue. Mike, you talk too fast, you listen too slow. Take my advice and you'll be sharper up mentally, you'll be better able to receive the truth that I'm teaching. And or you can go listen to the people that are set up passive breathing or other idiots. There's like they claim the famous, they make it so simple, like talk down to, like they're talking to like you're 8 years old or something like this. And I guess a lot of you need to be talked as if you're 8 years old. If I listen to how Breathing Arnold sell out puppet passer in the deep state, how he makes videos talk to people, it sounds like he's talking to 8-year-olds. Then that's an interesting fact. It's like a mirror of his listeners. It's like his listeners are people that need to be talked as if they're 8 years old, like 8-year-old level. And if it's not at an 8-year-old level, that they can't understand it. It's not simple enough. Yeah, some of persecuted Christian taught video. I'm taught with gang stalking. Taught videos of gang stalking also need to learn from me. What are some of the things I recommend taught videos to do? You need to have a security system. You need to have audio video recording and a live stream go inside the home when you leave. If not, the program will sneak inside the home, it's called covert entry. They will poison and or drug your food or contaminate your wife with toxic chemicals. They do bad things in the home their way if you don't make it hard for them to do that. So you need to have a security system. That's part of my coaching to target videos. And a lot of targets that I see in Sam Wagner's video on gang stalking, other places, if I find a video talking about gang stalking, I've been targeted 2 years. A lot of these people haven't realized yet that the opponent is attacking them physically, covertly, on top of the psychological warfare. And how they're attacking you physically is not with direct energy weapons, they're like outer space. It's in more down to earth ways like food poisoning food, spraying chemicals on it to mean people outside. Like for example, they have cars that they can drive past and push a button and it's like an aerosol, like a perfume, so they spray like a chemical in the air that gets on it. And that chemical could be like Roundup or herbicide or something like this. So, uh, and it's the same thing. It's going to be the baseline plus. It's going to be take vitamin C because vitamin C is a broad-spectrum antitoxin, antidote. So if you're being poisoned, you'll be less hurt if you're uh, having a lot of antipoison inside your body. And remember what I told you before. The megadosis of vitamin C is not for people that take ADHD meds because ADHD meds, big form of meth, methamphetamines, uh, they will get knocked out by the vitamin C, which means I heard somebody once that was coaching in real life and they are ADHD meds and the doctor told them not to take vitamin C supplements with ADHD meds because it makes it not work. Yeah, I just got me teaching vitamin C is a broad spectrum antitoxin soaking agent that makes it hard to get drunk and it neutralizes toxins in your body and drugs. So if you're megadose of vitamin C, it's hard to get drunk, and if somebody poisons you, you won't be as affected by the poison if you megadose of vitamin C as if you're not. So vitamin C megadose is especially important for the target videos to learn about, and let's start doing the non-target videos. So if you're target video, you really need to learn about supplementation and start doing it. Okay, so. Yeah, so I take 2 forms of vitamin C, pure ascorbic acid. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So some people out there, if you hear me talk about ascorbic acid, you might go, whoa, my pussy sounds crazy and dangerous. Ascorbic acid is vitamin C. Ascorbic acid is the science name, quote unquote, for vitamin C, which means if they're doing studies on vitamin C content in oranges from this region, this orange contains 75 milligrams of ascorbic acid. So ascorbic acid is vitamin C is ascorbic acid, much like H2O, aka water. See, water, aka H2O, hydrogen peroxide, H2O2. So this is like the science name for vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So vitamin C is ascorbic acid is vitamin C. This other ascorbic acid is different. Vitamin C is ascorbic acid. So anyway, I watched a video from Abraham Poffer talk about the mainstream system. He said that the mainstream system does horizontal medicine, where always have people have a health problem and they're bleeding or something like this. But vertical medicine, they don't do it that well. Okay, and I've been doing both, and I've been successful in improving my mental and physical health myself, empowered by God, because. And it is like the average Christian is so fucking pathetic. I want nothing to do with you filthy freak, porn addicts, sugar addicts, or corn, or walk after the flesh. You like no, but you haven't been serving God, have you? If you've been walking after God, why haven't He guided you into all truth? It's like you need to know this to not be sick and weak, okay? And you don't know that. So why haven't you been guided by God into this truth? Why are you not walking the truth about health witness? Other Christians out there. So, yeah, so I'm a target of gang stalking. Why? Because I'm dangerous to the deep state, because I'm a person that ends up doing like this. This is one of the things that I do that is dangerous to them. They want the masses controlled, they want the masses weak, which I don't want eating high sugar diet because it makes you mentally deranged. So the average Christian is unequipped. They're no wonder there's like people feel like they can't understand the Bible, Christians, because you're deficient in vitamin C, which impairs your mental and your cognition. You're less sharp mentally than you could be, which means it takes longer for you to memorize scripture if you're vitamin C deficient in a high sugar diet. So what I've been teaching Christians and others how to process in health would have set you up to get better. You would have been able to memorize scripture better. You would have learned scripture faster. You'd be sharp and being better able to understand what you're read the scripture if you would be taking my physical advice. Because you're not a spirit, a ghost, left to get saved. It's like, oh, now you're a spirit and everything is spiritual. Understanding the Bible memorizes the scripture, that's just a spiritual issue. It's just if you're in the right spirit or something like this. No, you're a human being that has a human brain, and it's your brain organ that determines the amount of repetitions you have to do over certain words before it's committed to memory. So how you're understanding things and you're reading it through your brain organ, okay? So if your brain organ is underpowered and underperforming, it makes it harder for you to understand people teaching you things. It makes it harder for you to understand written speech, okay? People communicate in words. So your discernment can improve, your spiritual discernment by taking my physical advice. And that might sound radical, but that's how it is. Meaning, the reason that a lot of Christians can't quote 3 Bible verses by heart, a big part of it is because they're mentally deranged. They're mentally reeling that their brain is unhealthy, and they can read the Bible all day, but they're not going to learn it. So. It's like a disgusting, filthy loser showing up in my chat harassing me. Go back to being ugly, low IQ, low testosterone loser who's pathetic and have no talent, nothing going for yourself, like an ugly, dumb freak who's a porn addict and then just sucks. And you do nothing. All you do is like watch my videos and harass me. Okay, I actually do things. I exercise live. I teach. I produce content. And you have these losers that are showing up harassing me in my chat. It's quite pathetic. So, I'm gonna keep streaming Rumble. Yeah, so I'm talking in the video. I'm talking about game stalking. So it's not just, it's just boring, plain old, here's how to be healthier. No, there's a conspiracy to have the masses weak and unhealthy. And I can perceive that. And I'm working to teach you how to not be as effective for this agenda. I see there's a video here. So the reason the average person needs my coaching and learn about vitamins is because there's an agenda by the matrix system. We want the masses weak, sick, unhealthy, and easy to control. And if people get enough vitamin C, they'll be sharper, mental, and healthier. We want them sick and weak. So let's hide the truth about vitamin C also from them. Let's have system shill experts tell them that, all you need is a glass of orange juice now and then to be healthy. You don't need the supplement vitamin C. Okay. And let's have them all eating a high sugar diet. Let's have them all using these toxic chemical and competing products every day. So if they're vitamin C deficient, they use all these toxic chemicals and eat a high sugar diet, they'll be mentally weak, and weak people is to control. So people like me, they are too powerful individually. Everything ultimately comes down to the quality individual. Quality individuals that have personal power, like me, can become problematic to the deep state. So they want the masses to be weak and disempowered because people are weak and disempowered is to control. They want to listen to fake conspiracy realists like the Sam Tripoli and not me. Okay? It's like, what can Sam Tripoli do that I don't do? Is he teach you this? How the deep state have worked to poison you and deceive you and live in the matrix system lifestyle, eating high sugar diet and teaching you how to protect yourself from this agenda? No, they're not as valuable as I am. It's like they're laughable compared to me. So I'm gonna keep streaming, and people that are looking for the best conspiracy realist, the best health fitness coach, they can find my channel. And there are people that settle for breadcrumbs and don't judge themselves worthy of the best option available. They can listen to the sellout fakes that have nothing going for themselves. Okay. So here's another thing. A lot of podcasts and influencers, I don't care if it's on Rumble, YouTube, elsewhere. I believe I'm shadow banned on Rumble too. I got one view right now live on Rumble. Don't be surprised I'm shadow banned on Rumble as well. Nice support. A lot of the people that have bigger platforms there, it's because the deep state are allowing them. They're not dangerous enough to the deep state to be talking to them. So they're allowed to get to a certain level. A lot of people that have a significant platform is because the deep state allowed and enabled and or made them get to where they are. That's another unpopular truth. So here we see live now from Fox. US recommends fewer shots in childhood vaccines get overhauled. This is a right thing. Fox News. Let's watch that. I had some disgusting cow come to my channel. I made a video teaching people how to be stronger, fitter, healthier. And look at this. Some troll comes in there. This is how toxic people are. Oh, Mike is helping the world. He's being forced for good. He's teaching how to be healthier. This weekend account. I just ate chips, dip, and here I go. Three things you can do for health improvement. And it's cut down on the sugar, take these supplements. And look at the comment. I just ate chips, chip dip, and full of powdered donuts. It's like, notice how toxic people are. It's like, what do you think? It's like, oh, this person makes a video teaching people how to be healthier. And if you want to be healthy, cut down the sugar. If you need to come there and tell me you just ate sweets and snacks, do you think that it's like, I guess you don't understand. It's like they're trying to harm me to like, get me tempted. It's like, I have the money to go buy sweets if I want to right now. The reason I don't is because I'm not an ugly fat pig and I want to be one either. I like to be handsome and ripped with a six pack and energetic and perform a high level mental life. So I don't have like where it's like a lot of people that are weak and don't want to do omit fasting. They're unhappy with their body, they're out of shape, they have too much fat. What they cope that they smoke is like when they hear me talk about a guy who's ripped with a six pack, that I do omit fasting, eat a low sugar diet one time per day. They cope it's like, oh well, he's probably miserable. They go around being hungry all the time. No, I don't go around having like sweet crates. I feel like eating sugar, but I can't do it. I'm keeping myself from doing it. I just love to have a donut right now, but it's like I can't do it. My diet. That's not how I live my life. I don't feel like eating sugar. I don't feel hungry. I don't want to have cookies and cake and ice cream and stuff like this. I say that for a very cheap meal. As a toxic person. And it's like, what? It's like, bitch, please, what do you think? I'm like, oh, yeah. It's like there's somebody's imagined, like the coach is like, yeah, I'm fat and ugly, mediocre bitch. I'm fat and ugly. I'm an ugly whore with a high body count, and I'm unhappy with my body. I have too much belly fat and love handles. And I hear Mike, who's a handsome guy, who's energetic, and he talks about he eats a low sugar diet and fast. So the cope that I smoke is like, oh well. He's probably going, I'm miserable, I'm hungry, I want to eat sweets, but my diet, I can't do to my diet. I feel I want to have all this sweet, I hate my life, I want to eat sweet, I can't do to my diet. That's not how I live my life, okay? That's not how I live my life. That I don't want to eat poison, okay? I don't feel like smoking crack right now. And a crack smoke might go into my chat. I just had two talks on the crack pipe, and I'm gonna be like, oh, they say you think that I'm gonna be like, oh, I want to smoke crack too, but it's like I got a non-crack diet. I don't smoke crack, okay? Like I'm not tempted by this, okay? I don't feel like, oh, I'd like to eat some sweets right now, but I can't. It's like, no, uh, I just don't want to be a mediocre person. I like being extraordinary. I like being in extraordinary shape, being in the fitness elite, being handsome with the 99% of men, having a higher IQ than 99% of people, being the 98% of IQ. I enjoy performing at a high level and standing out and how good I look and perform mentally and physically, contrasted to the baseline public. And I'm not really like looking to get into eating a high sugar diet and stop taking my supplements, so I'll be decreased and be more calm. I say I enjoy being extraordinary, looking extraordinarily well, doing extraordinarily well, and perform at a high level to the point where people come in physically on mess because of how much energy I have. So this guy keeps talking, yeah, because I'm not as fatigued as you are, because eating a high sugar diet and vitamin deficient. Okay, so it's like one of the effects I enjoy in the way that I do and teach is having boundless energy, where I can perform, I can be live for 12 hours per day, speaking 12 hours. I do that all the time. I go live and spend 12 hours live ranting and raving. And I have a balanced energy. And I don't go, oh, I've been talking for 15 minutes, I need a break now or something like that. It's like, no. So uh, I'm a healthy person in a toxic world, which means I'm incompatible with the average person. Because most people are toxic, they're narcissistic, they're dumb, they're porn addicts, they're sugar addicts, they walk around in their days, they lack knowledge, uh, and it's like they're incompatible with me. So people that do want to improve, they can take my advice and start improving, or you can stay weak, sick, and unhealthy. Okay. So here we go. Fox News live vaccine schedule. I saw something show up here. I'm going to be commenting US recommends fewer shots in childhood vaccine schedule. So this will be relevant in news report to a lot of Do the Bible Church and I think all listeners, Christians with children, because a lot of you have been following the recommendations and they're changing the recommendations now.
The Trump administration making another announcement today regarding childhood vaccine schedules. They have scaled back the number of vaccines that the CDC is recommending for children, now only recommending 11 vaccines. And this is, of course, a big step back from
only 11. And that's a high number for some concerned, 11. Me, if I have children, I'm not going to vaccinate them. Unless, if I would have children, I wouldn't give them any vaccines personally. Just like I didn't get any vaccines during COVID, but a lot of people did. Okay. A lot of pastors did. A lot of your pastor might have got the COVID jab. And he would recommend you to get it too. I saw Rafik Aron the other day make a video about social distancing and isolating and wearing masks and those things. So that makes the point. I stand out a little bit in my attitude towards vaccines. So personally, I haven't been choosing to get any vaccines. I have elected not to get any vaccines since 2018, which means it's not just true that I didn't get vaccinated during COVID, as a lot of people did, but before that too and after. So since 2018, I didn't choose to go get vaccinated even once. Whereas other people go and get yearly flu shots. A lot of people get this jab and that jab. Whereas I haven't gotten vaccinated once since 2018. That's how I live my life. So I'm not a big fan of vaccines. Okay. Possibly it's my autism that makes me not be a fan of vaccines, like a special interest in avoiding vaccines and stuff like this. Quite possibly it's correlated with my autism diagnosis, that due to the autism that I have special interest in remaining different, and that most people get a vaccine. So here I go again, I want to be different. So I'm not going to get vaccines like most people do. Okay, that could possibly be connected to my autism that I'm that way. I'm actually ASD1 on the spectrum. So I have autism, I'm diagnosed with autism 1. Okay. And then I'm being a little bit facetious, but if you're autistic, a lot of times you will have special interest. So I'm especially interested in avoiding vaccines. Yeah. Okay. So I'm speculating quite possibly it's the autism that makes me a little bit different than people in this way. Part of the reason that I'm a little bit different, well, I think different than most people. Most people think that it's like they need a vaccine, and I feel like I don't need it. I turned out to be right. So a lot of people that are doing COVID, like if you don't get the jab, you're gonna be in the hospital. Like, and I go, I don't feel like that's the truth. I'm not gonna get the vax. Then I ended up in the hospital, ventilator, dying of COVID. See, and a lot of people out here were trying to fear monger during COVID. But if you don't get the jab, you'll be on a ventilator in the hospital. It's like you're gonna be super sick with COVID unless you get vaccinated. A lot of people were promoting that type of narrative, and I didn't feel like they were right, and I didn't get the vaccine. I didn't get sick, so I didn't choose to get vaccinated since 2018. And if I would get children, I wouldn't get them vaccinated. Okay, it will become a different issue if you live in a country where it's like you have to give your children vaccines, or the CPS comes and adopts your children. That becomes a different issue. But it's like if I can decide to avoid vaccinations, I would. So I don't believe that human beings need vaccines for everything. Okay, I don't believe that it's like every little thing you need a vaccine for it. Okay, so now I'm not telling anybody not to get vaccinated. It's up to you. You make the choice yourself. So if you want to vaccinate yourself with children, it's up to you. And I'm not telling you should.
From President Trump saying today the Trump administration is proud to announce the United States of America's updated childhood vaccine schedule. The schedule is rooted in the gold standard of science and widely agreed upon by scientists and experts.
And it's like the mainstream, this RFK is like, oh, he's like Mike Si's been for all these years, not being a politician. And a guy shows up in to Mike's eye, guy takes methylene blue and vitamins and talks about processed food and sugar being bad for you. You say, oh yeah, like I've been all these years. Okay. So a lot of people are starting to wake up to processed food being bad because RFK has been talking about it. You've been missing out. You should have listened to me. You could have learned about this long ago.
Experts all over the world. Effective today, America will no longer require 72 jabs for our beautiful, healthy children. We are moving to a far more reasonable schedule where all children will only be recommended to receive vaccinations for 11 of the most serious and dangerous diseases. Parents can still choose to give their children all of the vaccines if they wish, and they will still be covered by insurance. However, this updated schedule finally aligns the United States with other developed nations around the world. Congratulations to HHS Secretary Bobby Kennedy, CDC Acting Director Jim O'Neill.
It's one of the things that you don't hear pastors talk a lot about. A lot of pastors rant and rave about aborting children and killing children with abortions, but you don't hear Reverend Gordon talk about vaccinating babies and things like this. That's a topic. So if you want to talk about babies being aborted and what happens to babies in hospitals, why aren't you talking about vaccines, child vaccines and vaccinations of babies, and give your opinion on that? Do you think there should be more or less vaccines given to babies in the hospital? That'd be interesting to know. Yes, remember what I told you, I've been recommending vitamin C mega dosing, and you can wait until that becomes more in vogue. And it's like, oh, it showed up on Jocko Willing's podcast. They had a guest on that recommends, I'm a biohacker, I take 12 grams of vitamin C per day or something like this. And then I'll go check the comment section, wow, thanks, I learned something new today, or something like this. So you can learn it here now, rather than wait until the cat is out of the bag and the system shield lancers have to start parroting what I've been teaching. People like Ben Assad had to start copying what I've been teaching for years, and things like this. So Ben Assad is a system shield as far as I'm concerned. The deep state Illuminati control this world. They control the health fitness industry. They control influencers. They control vegan YouTubers. They control bodybuilding YouTube channels. They control influencers in pretty much every field. Then it's like, notice how it's so pathetic because they had to cheat because the best product will win, which is why me out here being teach. They had to give me medical misinformation strikes on my videos to pull them off so people like Ben Assad can survive being pathetic in teaching health fitness. They had to hide me, shadow ban me. They had to have people paid to leave positive fake comments on Ben Assad's channel. Best teacher ever. This is part of the world system. It's like the system shields that the deep state want to listen to. So you don't listen to people like me that are not controlled by the system, will tell what the system doesn't want to know. It's like they're part of it. It's like fake positive comments. People are paid to go, Rafi, Gorma, amen, best teacher ever. It's like a blank sock paper account made 2 weeks ago, something like this. Okay. Then same type of account is sent to harass me on my channel and say this guy's wrong, things like this. So like they have to cheat because I'm better than them. I'm better than your pastor at pastoring, despite not even call myself a pastor, which is really says a lot about him. So we don't live in a meritocracy. It's like they have to cheat and they can't they can't survive. So it's like they're just so weak that they have to be protected from the truth. If you have a narrative that's a lie, you have to shut people up that are speak against the narrative. So if the government was like, hey, Bigfoot is real, and then I make a YouTube video, Bigfoot is not real, they work to deceive you that Bigfoot is real. He's not real, boom, hate speech, strike, pull the video, okay, see? And then only people that say Bigfoot is real remain on YouTube. And then some people are like, hey, you're a deep state shield, make a video on why Bigfoot is real. And we make sure that it gets boosted by the algorithm, get a lot of views. And then we have people who show up in the comments, amen, you're right, or something like this in the comment section. This is the world we live in. This is the world we live in. So. Yeah, I'm gonna end this video and I might go live again later. See what I get into. I might do some exercising later. Let's see. I'm streaming live on Rumble, Critical Mass Mike. On Rumble, just my Rumble account, Critical Mass Mike.